So you've been thinking about moving to the San Francisco Bay Area and wondering about those suburbs just on the outskirts of San Francisco and wondering if Walnut Creek is right for you? Well, today we're going over those pros of living in Walnut Creek, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? Rachel Capel here, East Bay Realtor in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you want to know all things San Francisco Bay Area related, this is the channel for you. We're talking about living, playing, having fun, working, and staying here in the Bay Area. We have videos each week, so make sure to subscribe down below. Click those like buttons, smash those like buttons, and make sure you're leaving comments and letting us know what you want to hear about, because we love helping people move to the Bay. And a big shout out to those people that have been contacting us and reaching out. We love helping you, so make sure to keep those questions coming. We have helped many families relocate to the Bay, and we're absolutely loving it. All right, so you might have a job relocation in the San Francisco Bay Area, maybe even San Francisco itself, and wondering, gosh, these outskirts cities seem to be a little bit more affordable. Well, today I'm going to tell you, you're right. And lots of people are thinking about and considering Walnut Creek, California because of these different reasons, myself included years ago. So if you want to know all the different pros of living in Walnut Creek, California, we're talking about that today. So let's get to it right now. All right, so pro number one is Walnut Creek is the anchor point for the East Bay. So you've got San Francisco over here. You're going to take 80 to get to 680, 24, all that jazz over here. And Walnut Creek is going to be kind of the main city where it connects every other city to the 24 that will lead you into San Francisco or head you 680 down to San Jose. So it's kind of like the anchor point of the East Bay, and we love it because there's a ton of shops there. There's a bunch of restaurants. You're going to get more kind of things to do in this small little, well, not small, but in Walnut Creek than you would in like Alamo, Danville, Lafayette, La Miranda. They're just not going to have that kind of hub that Walnut Creek has, and it kind of keeps the glue of all the cities. So it's the anchor point to the East Bay, and that is our pro number one. So pro number two, tailgating off that anchor point for the East Bay, it's going to have the best shops and restaurants in this section of the East Bay. So again, as you come out of the Oakland, Berkeley area, down the 24, you're going to hit Orinda, like La Miranda area, Moraga, Orinda, Lafayette. Then you're going to go Walnut Creek, and as you go down south 680, you're going to hit Danville, Alamo, and San Ramon. And if you go north of Walnut Creek, you're going to hit Pleasant Hill, north on 680. You're going to hit Pleasant Hill, Martinez, and Concord. And those different cities, none of them have the amount of restaurants and shops that Walnut Creek is going to have, because Walnut Creek has Broadway Plaza, which has a ton of shops like Old Navy and boutique shops. Nordstrom's is down there. And then there's, within walking distance, a bunch of restaurants. Like, you will get a smaller downtown in Danville and Lafayette, and Pleasant Hill and Concord is going to kind of be the one city that kind of rallies Walnut Creek. So they just don't have as many shops as Walnut Creek does, which is why I think it's our pro number two. There's just more restaurants and more shops to go to. So you can kind of drive in here from San Francisco or hit BART and just get off BART, and you'll have Target right there and all the cute little downtown areas. You can just walk around, like literally there's restaurants all in the downtown Broadway area and neighboring it. So you could literally, if you don't mind walking, it's not a horrible trek because there's so many cute little shops and stuff there that you could stop. You could literally walk from the beginning of downtown all the way to Broadway Plaza, which is where the main mall is, like Nordstrom's, Macy's, and all the boutique shops like Zara. And there's a ton of restaurants to eat around there. So it's like a really great little hub. Let's just say, like, you know, the teenagers love to shop. You could drop them off in Broadway Plaza, and they could walk around all day and be very safe here and not have to worry about anything and just have a great day. So that's number two. The shopping and restaurants are awesome. All right, pro number three is there is awesome accessibility to the freeway from Walnut Creek. Now, if you're living a little bit more north in Walnut Creek, it's going to be a little trickier because you're going to have to go up Ignacio or Treat, and the further you get up into the hills, it's going to be a little bit longer access to the freeway. But one of the major reasons why I really love Walnut Creek is that it's super accessible to the freeway, and right where it's located, like I told you, it was kind of like a hub, an anchor point for the East Bay. A lot of towns come through Walnut Creek and go into the city because it's just the fact of the matter. There's a lot of jobs in San Francisco, Oakland area, Emeryville, Berkeley area. So a lot of work is there. There's a lot of work everywhere, but primarily you're going to be commuting to those areas. So all the different cities kind of come and they hub into Walnut Creek. And Walnut Creek, it's a pretty easy shot from 680 to 24 to get you into the city. So I really love that you can have the opportunity to live in the hills and might come down Ignacio or treat one of whatever street you're going to be living on and hit the freeway pretty easily. And if you're near that downtown area, let's say there's lots of condos and townhouses that are down there, it's a super easy, quick jaunt onto the freeway. And the other beautiful part about that, anything after Walnut Creek, like Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Concord, all of that is going to get way more congested. So it's going to start, the traffic is going to start from the tunnel, which is right before when you get into Emeryville, Berkeley, and Oakland. So after that tunnel, the Caldecott Tunnel, you're going to go down 24. And if you live in Orinda, great, you're going to get off the freeway. It'll be really easy. Same thing with like Moraga. Moraga's a little bit further in the hills, right? 20 minutes further. Then you're going to hit Lafayette. So the traffic is going to start to back up well, I mean, it's going to be bad no matter what, but after that tunnel, people that are coming to the East Bay, that's kind of the mile marker. But you can get, once you're in Walnut Creek, you're home. It continues in like a horrendous way after 3 o'clock into Pleasant Hill, Concord, Martinez, and then, Pittsburgh, Antioch, Brentwood, because everybody from Brentwood, all those towns are coming onto the freeway. And if you're living in Walnut Creek, it's going to stop right there and it's going to cut off all that commute. So there's reasons why, and we don't have to get into that in this video. Number 3 is the fact that it has great accessibility to the freeways, and it's an easy hop onto 680 if you're going down to San Jose, or if you're going to go onto 24 through that Caldecott Tunnel and into the city. Pro number 4 is Walnut Creek has a BART station. Now, if you're going to be commuting into work, or if you're going to be going into the city and don't want to have to deal with driving, parking, paying for parking, commuting, all that stuff, this is a huge pro because not every city has a BART station. Almost all of them do, but not every single city. So Walnut Creek is great because it's got a big BART station. You have parking there, and I know parking can be tricky at BART, but it's got its own BART station. It's super close to Target, so you could literally, like, if you had to have a little bit of a layover or something, you could walk over across the street to Target and shop around there. And there's also stuff downtown. So that is a huge asset to this town, as it has a BART station and it's close, like I said, because Walnut Creek is like the hub of the East Bay. It's just a quick hop onto BART and then you're into the city in about maybe 35-40 minutes or so, depending on how backed up the trains are, etc. So that is my pro number 4, is that Walnut Creek has a BART station. Pro number 5 is that Walnut Creek has awesome schools. They have great schools here. Check out greatschools.org. You can do your research, go on some moms groups. Walnut Creek has great, awesome schools. A lot of people love Northgate. Ignacio is a mixed bag. I talk about high schools because of college preparatory things. So Los Lomos has great reviews. They're basically awesome schools. Depending on your level of what you want for your child, research it, go to greatschools.org, get online, go to niche.com, go to moms groups, check out the different things that people say about Northgate, Los Lomos, and Ignacio, and find out what is best for your family. But I can tell you right now that Walnut Creek has definitely great schools, and you will be happy depending on the ones you choose and finding out the research that you want to find out. So that is my pro number 5, is that Walnut Creek has great schools. All right, pro number 6 is it is slightly more affordable than its neighboring towns like Lafayette, Danville, Alamo. Now, Pleasant Hill is an exception. Pleasant Hill is a little bit more affordable. But here are some stats, just so you can kind of have figures from last month's average sale for a single family home. Walnut Creek averaged 1.4 for a single family residence. And Alamo and Danville, Alamo was $2.9 million for its average sale in December. And Danville was $2.2 million for a single family residence average sale last month. Lafayette had an average sale for a single family home of $2.3 million. So as you can see, Walnut Creek and its bordering towns, minus Pleasant Hill, Pleasant Hill's average was 1.2, but minus Pleasant Hill, you know, Alamo, Danville, Lafayette, those towns are all going to be more expensive than Walnut Creek. You are going to be paying on average about, since comparative to last month, December 2021, $1.4 million for a single family residence here. Townhomes and condos will be a bit more affordable, but that is my pro. Number 6 is Walnut Creek, California is slightly more affordable than its neighboring cities and definitely more affordable than Oakland, Berkeley, Emeryville, and San Francisco, and San Jose, Silicon Valley. My pro number 7 is there are a ton of great hikes and parks in Walnut Creek. So you could do the Iron Horse Trail, you could do Mount Diablo, you could do Briones, Lime Ridge, that's kind of in Concord, but it's all kind of on that way up to Mount Diablo. And you've got Heather Farms, you've got, oh my gosh, there's so many different parks. There's a Shadelands Park. There's so many great spots for kids to play and for outdoor activities to occur that you will absolutely love it here. Let's take a look at a couple of these websites that I love that show you a couple of the different hikes and parks that you can go to. So let's go over some of these trails from alltrails.com here in Walnut Creek, California. You can see there is a ton of different hikes and trails that you can go on. You can see via the map here. Mount Diablo is going to be kind of the big main point of attraction because it's so huge. There's so many different versions of Mount Diablo areas where you can go. You can kind of see here Castle Rock, look how pretty it is. These green shots are going to be of the winter months right now. Coral Springs, there's Secret Valley Loop, Mount Diablo again, North Peak Trail. I mean, obviously you can see all the 4 stars, 5 stars. I love Shell Ridge. I've done Shell Ridge myself. It's absolutely stunning. It's not that bad of a hike either. You can take bikes, you can take your dogs, you can take horses. It's one of the big attractions living over here is those outdoor trails and hikes. I mean, it's free. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes you might have to get into Mount Diablo. Depending on how deep you go, you might have to pay a fee to park your car there, but there is a plethora of different trails. Here's Shell Ridge. You can kind of see this in the summertime when the Indian Creek Hill, you know, Heather Farms Loop. I love this. I go down to Heather Farms all the time with my son to get him to the park. It's a great park. You can basically play all day. It's an awesome park for our kids all ages. There's a ton of kids there usually. And then if you don't want them to go to the park, you just do this little loop and it's super pretty. There's animals, a lake and a pond there. So you can have a ton of fun. And there's also Briones, Acalanes Ridge. You know, as you can see, there's a plethora of trails and hikes to go on here in the Walnut Creek area. So that's a huge draw. Let's get on to the parks that you can do in Walnut Creek if you have kiddos. Walnut Creek is awesome for parks. The best park, I think, absolute best park for kiddos is Heather Farms Park. You can kind of see the map here of all the different parks. I love Heather Farms and Civic Park. Let's take a look at it, see if there's any photos. Yeah, Heather Farms is awesome because basically you have a gigantic park. Let me zoom in on the map here, and I've done plenty of videos on Heather Farms Park and the different fun things to do, so you can kind of check those out, and I'll link above in the video. But you can see here it's a massive park right off Ignacio Valley, and there's a skate park here for the older kids. There is a lake, and there's a gigantic play structure right here by the parking. And there's baseball fields over here. Every year they have like a little amusement park that they put up here in this section over here by the parking lot. But yeah, that happens every year. But you have like volleyball courts, you can picnic. There's a gigantic lake in the middle that you could take the kids around. There's a rose garden over here. I'm sorry, right here. And you can walk around here. So it's just a really great place to take your kids to for the day or for the weekend. It's just super fun. And you can always hit the Iron Horse Trail over here, and you can even see there's a dog park. So there's the trail right there that you can kind of walk up and down onto to the different towns. But I really love Heather Farms. It's not too far off the freeway. You can see right here. You just take Ignacio. Downtown is heading this way. Let's go take a look at Civic Park, which is another park that I really enjoy going to with my son. It's downtown here. So it's not as spacious as Heather Farms is, but it's really cute. And let's see if there's any pictures. you can look at. Yeah, you can see here. It's super awesome. So it's just really fun. You know, this is more of a toddler park. Kind of see the library's right there. There's a cool little bridge you can walk down. There's all kinds of different structures. They usually swap them out by the library, and this is right downtown, so you can basically head out and go have fun downtown and get a drink. They oftentimes have concerts here, and this is also where I'll get into the next pro, which is the events that Walnut Creek has. So it's really cute, super fun. There's another park I take my son to. It's really great. It's over here. I think it's near Shadelands. Yes, this is it. So it's a cute little play structure. I like taking him here because it's a little bit less crazy than Heather Farms. So it's a cool little park just to get him out, run him around. But yeah, there's so many different cool places to go for parks with kids. I highly recommend it in Walnut Creek. Just get out and have fun. You'll love it. You can Google it, but these are for the most part, these are all the different parks that you'll see here. Now, on to number 8 is there are a ton of great city functions that you can do throughout the year. And I'm going to walk you through a website to kind of show you. There's the Art and Wine Festival, the ice skating events that go out throughout the year, and I'm going to kind of show you online like what they look like and what you can expect. But there's a ton of like civic activities for the community, and it is so fun. Like the Art and Wine Festival, outside of COVID, it was like a huge deal, but let's go take a look at some of those things that you can do in Walnut Creek. So like I said before, there are a ton of great things to do here in Walnut Creek. Let's go over to this website, Vacation Idea, and there are 20 great things to do in Walnut Creek. A lot of those I've mentioned before. So Ruth Bancroft Garden is actually a really great place. It's a succulent garden, so you'll walk around here and be able to see all the beautiful succulents. I take my my son here almost every year, and they have a really cool light show during the holidays. So obviously the Lesher, I've talked about the Lesher Center of Arts in Walnut Creek. It's fantastic. There's tons of plays and things to do on the weekends there for couples and families. Lindsay Wildlife Museum, again, I've talked about that in prior videos. It's really fun for kids. Garden at Heather Farms, we just talked about that and how great it is. There's the park also too, Civic Park. Literally just talked about this. So there is some day trips that you can do too outside of Walnut Creek. That's not in Walnut Creek. Borges Ranch in Walnut Creek is pretty cool too. So definitely a website to check out. Love the Shadelands. There's just so many things. Diablo Hills Regional Park, you know, Mount Diablo is awesome. And let's see what else they got here. There's some Valley Art Galleries, Shell Ridge, we talked about that. And let's see, Castle Rock, yep. Boundary Oaks, golf course, if you wanted to go golfing. Vada Villa is one of my favorite restaurants. It's downtown over there by Neiman Marcus. Tiffany's Yacht Club is amazing. It's got the best cocktails ever, and that shrimp and the lobster. They have lobster season where you actually have to order lobster like probably a week or a month in advance, and then you can eat it there. It's so good. Definitely worth checking out. Fleming's, I actually like Fleming's and Ruth Chris, both downtown. Cali Craft Brew is a really cool place for families to go to. But again, this is just a few things. This is not even mentioning the things that I was talking about, like Walnut Creek on Ice. The city puts this on. They basically, in Civic Park, you can kind of see here, they take part of Civic Park and create an ice rink. So you can like take the kiddos there and get out and have fun. You can have parties. It's actually really cool. Let's take a look at the website. Walnut Creek on Ice. Yeah, it's really cool. This is right where Civic Park is. So the park is going to be over here to the right, and they keep it up. Looks like they're extending it this year. January 23rd, yeah, general admission. So you can just get out here with the kids and have fun. It's super great. They also do the Art and Wine Festival, which they haven't been doing because I can't remember if they did it last year because of COVID, but this is a super fun event held at Heather Farms, and you just go out there and they have a bunch of food and wine and beer and live music, so you can hang out and have fun, walk around the park. It's really awesome. Huge fan of this, and it's a great crowd attractor every year, minus the COVID years. It's been kind of crazy with COVID, but you can kind of see all the different fun that they have here. And they also have it's like an amusement park that they do every year at Heather Farms. I forget, it's sometime in the summer months, but it's like an amusement park for kids, and it's really fun. So as you can see, lots of things to do in Walnut Creek. So that is number 8. There are a ton of great community activities that you can do all throughout the year. All right, so there you have it, all the pros of why you want to consider moving to Walnut Creek and why it's so great. If you want to know more about what it's like living in the Bay Area, the East Bay area, we got you covered in this channel. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and reach out to us because we are going to be able to help you navigate those waters of all the different towns and areas that you should be living in or considering in the Bay Area, and which ones to potentially avoid because they might not be for you. So definitely reach out, let us know. We're happy to help. And until the meantime, thanks so much for hanging out and have a great week. See you in the next one, guys.